what's poppin', everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Zach Lesage here. Stellar Crown is out on PTCG Live now. So I covered my Charizard EX deck last week, which added Briar to draw extra prize cards and Grand Tree to rapidly evolve your Pokemon. And now I'm actually going to be able to showcase some gameplay. So if you missed that video, check it out. But we are going to be covering over the deck list, the strategy, gameplay, and more in this video. So Charizard EX, absolutely one of the best decks in our Stellar Crown format. I'm super excited to show to you. Let's jump into the deck list. Charizard has long been one of the best decks in format, and it's seen success at Worlds, Baltimore Regionals, and it's probably going to see success at Stellar Crown format tournaments. We're still going to be accelerating energies with Charizard EX and attacking with that Burning Darkness that kind of increases its damage output as the game progresses. We have Pidgeot EX as a way to kind of search out all these pieces, so we can use cards like Arven, go Rare Candy into Pidgeot, put a Forest Seal Stone on Rotom, and then use that to get another piece to maybe use Pidgeot to search for something, and the Forest Seal Stone to search for the other card that allows us to get Charizard out. Really, this deck is going to look very similar to what we've had to other formats, but there's two card additions that have really changed everything. We have Briar, which when our opponent's at 2 prize cards left, we can draw an extra prize card when we knock out one of our opponent's Pokemon. So if we knock out a single prize card Pokemon, we can take 2 prize cards. If we knock out a 2 prize card Pokemon, we take 3 prize cards. We can even manipulate that even more with Dusknoir, forcing our opponent to get down to 2 prize cards by knocking ourselves out, knocking out one of our opponent's Pokemon, and then knocking out one of their Pokemon EX or Pokemon V to draw an additional 3 prize cards, having a whopping 4 prize card turn. We can also rapidly search out our evolution Pokemon with Grand Tree, allowing us to evolve Pidgey into Pidgeotto, Pidgeotto into Pidgeot EX to make sure that we have that rapid quick search. Or in the late game, we can go Duskull into Dusclops into Dusknoir, making this deck a little bit easier than having to rely on Rare Candy all the time. I have the deck list available in the description. Since right now we're in between the early stages, it might not import well into PTCG Live with the Japanese version of Briar and the Japanese version of Grand Tree, but once those get updated into the game fully, we'll be able to kind of import with ease. So just letting you know, if it has an import fail, just remove those 2 cards from the import and you can get it right into PTCG Live and add those cards in manually. Additionally, if there's any cards that you need, our sponsor over at Kayfabe Cards has a large access to Stellar Crown cards, alongside almost every other card you need to build this deck. You can get the cards digitally at PTCG Live, or at ptcglstore.com, so check that out. And of course, you can get your Surging Sparks pre-orders in at GameStop. Check the link out. Let's jump into this game. So our opponent here, flip of the coin, we'll see exactly how it goes. We have the option to go first or second. In the past, Charizard would want to go second, so you're able to get that big setup. Now I think it's a little bit better for us to... it is actually debatable, should we go first or second? I think in order for us to get set up a little bit better, I'm going to try to go first, get those Buddy Poffins out naturally, and then evolve our Pokemon if we need to with Grand Tree, having that first turn of our Pokemon being out. So, I mean, we don't always want to start with Manaphy, but it's actually not that bad, considering we have a Buddy Poffin and we can get out Charmander and a Pidgey, and we still have a top deck that we can get for our turn. So we'll see whatever our opponent gets. Maybe look at a mulligan. Certainly would be helpful for us. But next turn, we will be able to go Rare Candy, Pidgeot, whatever. So we should be able to get out everything we want. Doesn't look like we're getting a mulligan here. And we're probably playing against a Gardevoir deck. Okay, so for us, in order to go for anything, I don't think we're getting knocked out on our first turn. I'm just going to go ahead and grab Charmander and Pidgey, do a brief check through our deck, see if there's anything. We do have very limited resources when it comes down to it, so we can see that we have all of our Pokemon for the most part. We have our Briar, we have that Grand Tree, we have our energies. So I'm feeling pretty good about our chances. I'm going to attach the energy to our bench Charmander, since our active Manaphy could potentially get knocked out. And we'll see exactly how it goes. We're basically waiting how our top deck mode's going to go. I don't know what our opponents, maybe they don't have a great start or something for the emote. Okay, they got the Arven. That's kind of cool. There's Panic Mask. Okay, so our opponent's got some really interesting techs in what might be their Gardevoir deck. Oh. So it looks like we're playing against Frostlass with Boon Sweets. I think Boon Sweet evolves into Serena EX. So there's our Lumineon. I think the Lumineon's going to help us out a lot at some point, because we could actually get out some decent pieces. I want to get a knockout here, if that's at all possible, but I don't know if we can get there. Right now, I think I'm going to go... I'm going to go Arven, and I think what I want to go for here is Rare Candy. That's going to get me out our Pidgeots. And the tool card is probably just going to end up being 4 Sealstone. So I'm going to go Rare Candy here, Rare Candy into the Pidgeot. So that's going to allow us to use our abilities. Now, when it comes to using our abilities, I think what I want to do here is search our deck for a Rotom, and I just want to get set up for one more turn. I don't think we'll be able to get the knockout on the Boon Sweet this turn. So let's go quick search for Rotom. And the reason why we're doing Rotom first is because we can use that 4 Seal Stone, get set up with a Buddy Poffin, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. So let's go ahead and go Star Alchemy, make sure that we're not wasting anything here. And yeah, I'm gonna go for Buddy Poffin, and I'm gonna go for Charmander, and I'm gonna go for Duskull, so we're able to kind of get things evolved right away. Make sure there's nothing else that I'm missing here. We do have the Dusclops, we do have the Dusknoir, so we are pretty much ready to go there. No Stadium in play. I don't want to attach an energy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use Instant Charge to draw 3 cards. Really allowing us to go Rare Candy into Charizard next turn by searching it out with Pidgeot EX. So it looks like our opponent's going to take the damage counters that they're going to get on their Pokemon with Freezing Shroud, move them to our Pokemon. If there's a way for us to knock out this Boon Sweet, I'd very much like to do so. It is weak to us, so maybe there's a chance to kind of get there, and our opponent might be able to actually go Mind Bed, knocking out the Manaphy, which could just end up saving us some time here. I'm really more worried about the Boon Sweet than anything else. And then in between turns, we're going to take that extra damage. That's fine. So, whatever. We just really want to knock out Boon Sweet. Let's see what we can get going on this turn. So, when it comes to Pokemon that we want to be knocking out, I think we want to be knocking out, like, we could go Grand Tree, and we could go Rare Candy, just knock this out. Force our opponent into a prize card, knock out another one of their Pokemon. I think that sounds really good here. So let's go ahead and quick search our deck for the Grand Tree, because our opponent's not going to have any other evolution Pokemon in play. So we're going to utilize the Grand Tree, and I'm going to go Grand Tree, choosing the Duskull. So I guess it just chooses it like this. I actually haven't played it on PTCG Live yet since it just came out. There's our Duskull. That's going to allow us to knock out the Boon Sweet, draw a prize card. So before we do anything and we search our deck for anything else, let's go ahead and try to use Curse Blast. I mean, we still have access. Yeah, let's use Curse Blast first. Let's go Curse Blast, knocking out their Boon Sweets. So we give them a prize card, but we do take away what's scary from their deck that can stop us from attacking. And there's Panic Mask and anything else that could be kind of spooky. Take a prize card there. And we ended up getting Arven. Okay, so we don't even have to use Lumineon or anything else to kind of get there. I can just go Arven, search my deck for a Rare Candy naturally. There's no other things that we can search for, really. So let's go ahead and Rare Candy our Charmander into the Charizard. And remember, we're trying to get our opponent to 4 prize cards here. So let's use Infernal Rain. Let's grab some of these energies. I'm going to grab 2 energies so we can get 1 on the Charizard, 1 on whatever else we're looking for. Maybe the Charmander, that sounds fine. And remember, with only 5 energies, we might want to save our resources for later. Let's go for Nest Ball. We're going to go ahead and grab this other Duskull. And I just want to see if we have our other Super Rod in deck. We do. So I'm going to go Duskull here so we can maybe get ourselves to another point of drawing prize cards. I'm going to hold on to the Super Rod right now. We've already used Quick Search. We don't need to attach. I'm just going to go ahead, retreat, send up the Charizard, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack with Burning Darkness. So we drew 2 prize cards in a turn, and even though we gave up our opponent a prize, we were able to catch up on prize cards. So we could actually really draw some decent prize cards here, as long as we're able to kind of pace things. And now if our opponent knocks out our Charizard, they are in Briar territory, meaning our Terra Pokemon can draw an additional prize card. Really kind of expediting how the gameplay goes. I know that a lot of players, when they're playing at regionals, they might tie games. I think cards like Briar really speed up the game, especially in best of 3. And it is skill-based to some degree because you have to plan it at the right moment. So we'll see whatever our opponent decides to do. I mean, I think we took out their main function of their deck, and we took out their attacker. It would have been nice to take out Frostlass had we had like a boss, or could we play boss if we had the rare candy naturally. But right now, I mean, I'm not really worried about taking 10 damage with Freezing Shroud in between turns, even if our opponent just kind of concedes this game. I think this is really one of those games where we got out the Grand Tree, we got out everything. We didn't get Briar, but you're not going to get Briar out every single game. I do have to say, shout out to Gus's Fried Chicken, not a sponsor of the channel. But this is a cup that I got from NEIC. It's a really great spot in New Orleans when I was there. So I took the collectible cup home as an option, and it has some iced coffee in there. So not necessarily the fanciest iced coffee I've ever had, but it is hidden difference. Does anyone else collect any kind of like souvenirs from their travels when they're going to Pokemon tournaments? I typically collect magnets, and I'm a sucker for cups, even though I have like beautiful dishware and stuff like that I use every day. I kind of like cups like this for like iced coffee and drinking juice or anything else like that. I know, maybe I'm weird, maybe I'm not. We'll have to see. So yeah, our opponent just didn't really get anything going on here. So you'll see how this is actually crazy. We're actually able to win the game. Maybe they didn't have anything in their hand, but I am going to go ahead and use Super Rod. Super Rod going to put back Dusclops, Duskull, like this line. And this is what makes Grand Tree so fantastic, is that I can use Grand Tree, I can evolve that Duskull that we popped last turn again. I mean, it's a different Duskull, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we're literally doing the exact same strategy that we did. Let's go ahead. We're going to go use Curse Blast. Curse Blast knocking out our opponent's bench Pokemon. They're probably going to wait on drawing that prize card because it looks like they might have been inactive or whatever's going on. But they're going to select their prize card, or it's auto going to select for them, and we're able to just bench out our opponent just by being extra aggressive. Now, if their opponent had a lot of HP, we could have knocked them out with Dusknoir. So I actually think this is such a good way to be building this deck right now. I have seen versions of this deck that are experimenting with colorless builds, Fan Rotom, Area Zero Under Depths, like random things. You can definitely try a lot of cool things when it comes to Charizard nowadays. For me, this is like very stripped down basic Charizard, very aggressive Charizard, and being able to sneakily plan board states like this makes it incredibly rewarding for just players with different skills. And yeah, you can see our opponent just was not expecting us to pop Dusknoir back-to-back turns. Sure, they've taken 2 prize cards off us from it. We win the game. And I think that's what makes Charizard so compelling right now. So yeah, our opponent's just inactive. We're about to draw our last prize card from our attack, but we absolutely take those, showing that Charizard is an absolute beast of the deck. And that's what we got going on with this video. I know that it's not necessarily the longest game and it didn't showcase Briar, but our opponent didn't necessarily get to that point. And in a real game of Charizard, you might not get to Briar. So it's one of those things where you just gotta really see exactly whatever's going on, try your best, and this way we went Grand Tree Dusknoir to get those extra prize cards. Absolutely fantastic. If anyone else has any suggestions for the Charizard deck, questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments. We have been absolutely demolishing those comments here at Shuffle. Sometimes we let them go by a couple days, but I think we're kind of in this pattern of get those comments cleared out. So if you have any questions, comments, whatever, let us know. If anyone's looking to kind of up their game heading into Stellar Crown legal formats, hit me up for some coaching. Totally would love to kind of help you. So check out my Metafy link in the description below. I also have my deck list kind of server, so you can pay $10 a month on Metafy and get access to that. So that'd be really cool. Other than that, I'm enjoying my new dad life. I know that a lot of people have been kind of asking me, messaging. My wife and we welcomed our beautiful daughter Kemi into the world about a week ago, and my eyes aren't really that tired today, so we're doing pretty good. I think we're getting, if you hear any like minor crying, I think she's just about to be fed in the background, so I'm on dad duty today. But other than that, I really appreciate everyone for tuning into this video, and again for supporting the Shuffle Squad. Thank you so much. Peace out and have a great one. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.